All right, thank you, Nick. SpaceX made its highly anticipated stock market debut this morning, making owner Elon Musk the first person ever to be worth $1 trillion. Gerson Gibbs of Bellet Capital is joining us with expert insight on this record-breaking IPO. Thank you for joining us, and I want to get right into this to talk about why this particular IPO was so highly anticipated.
Well, these guys have been around for 2002, exploring a lot of things beyond the normal human imagination. So I believe that they have did something incredible. This is one of the largest IPOs. This is the first trillionaire. There has been a lot of anticipation with relation to this company. And I think it's just amazing work that they're doing and taking mankind to higher levels and different levels.
All right, record-breaking day. What does this signal to you about the larger economic picture of AI and the future?
I think it's just amazing with the combination of SpaceX and XAI. It just changes things from what we can explore in space and what we can know more and educate ourselves more about the things that are going on outside of Earth. So I think that this AI combination with SpaceX, in addition to the rockets, in addition to the launching, and now incorporating AI into the fold, there'll be a lot of incredible things that we should expect with the two combinations.
All right, a lot of excitement about this, a lot of people attracted to it, but could it be risky? Is there, a way that you should look into this if you are looking to buy the stock?
Oh, absolutely. There's always stocks surrounding risk. There's risk surrounding stocks. So we have to determine what our potential risk is. I believe right now there's going to be a lot of volatility with relation to the stock because there's a lot of interest, there's a lot of in and out, there's a lot of buying, there's a lot of selling. So we should expect volatility. I also believe that it's a very historical moment. So those new people out there that are getting into the stock market, I think this is a good time to get into it and at least explore some of the very exciting things that are happening right now on Wall Street.
You mentioned getting into the stock market right now. Is this a stock that you should kind of watch over the next few weeks? Should you go big? Should you start out small? What's your advice to someone who wants to get in and start with SpaceX?
Well, I recommend just start small, just to educate yourself. There's a lot of information surrounding this company. And I think that because of that information, it will just give you a good guideline as how to start in the stock market or in this Wall Street industry. I believe that it's something that if you're not experienced like any other stock or any other particular approaches, you should educate yourself and start small before you actually invest real big and possibly lose or win big.
I think another question people have is investors. Should they worry now that Elon has to answer to shareholders?
I don't think so. I don't think Elon answers very well to anybody, but I think that's partly why he's such a successful person. I believe that he's always had some kind of transparency with regard to shareholders. He already has a publicly traded company in Tesla, so I don't think he's a stranger to having to present things and have transparency with potential shareholders. Don't believe it's going to be a problem at all.
And then when can investors expect to get some returns on their investment in SpaceX? I mean, we saw the opening price and then closing, but is this kind of a long game for people hoping that this company does expand and the price continues to rise?
Well, for individuals that are buying it on the public market, that's a little bit different than people who brought it in the private equity space. In the private equity space, there's some restrictions surrounding trading immediately because they did get it before the actual IPO listing price. There's a 6-month restriction period. There are caveats that are included in the F1 if anyone was interested in looking up, that if they reach certain thresholds, there might be certain amounts that are released for free trading into the public market. However, the typical restriction period is around 6 months.
All right. Thank you very much, Gerson Gibbs. You've always given us great insight on what's going on. Thanks for joining us.